Good morning, Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online, and I'm bringing a video to you on a subject that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know. And I want to talk about the phrase, you should never meet your heroes or your celebrity crushes. Maybe you've heard about this. They advise you, the wisdom is that you should not meet your heroes. And I want to dive into this just real quick. There's logic here, actually, and that is that when you bond with somebody remotely, like a celebrity or a hero that you only see the front side, the public facing side of that person, you might connect on certain things that when you examine the connection deeper, such as in person, you don't agree on everything, uh, which is, kind of obvious. It's predictable. But here's what happens in my experience. We find that the celebrities that we like have some ideas that resonate very well with us. Musicians, singers, songwriters, movie producers, whatever, directors, uh, or famous historical figures. You might think, well, I sure like Jesus, but have you? What if you actually met Jesus? What, as an aside, what would you expect Jesus to always be affirming? Honest question. Let's just think about this for a second. What if Jesus was critical about something? Would that fly in the face of your expectations? Would it ruffle your feathers as far as being a Christian, perhaps? Or do you have this expectation that Jesus must just endorse every idea that you have and confirm all of your existing beliefs? Turns out most people have this expectation, and that's why they say you should never meet your heroes, because the real person has many sides to them. They have dimensionality. They don't just have the veneer that you have been familiar with, the experiences that you think you've shared with that person, but were actually packaged and marketed to you. It's a much different thing to actually meet the person, is what I'm saying. So, in conclusion, this is a short video, but people aren't going to agree about everything. They just life is too complex, and individuals have such varied preferences and beliefs that when you actually spend time with somebody in person, you discover that there is a beginning, not a continuation of something that you had before. A beginning when you actually meet that person, when you start to form a real connection and learn what it's actually about. And I tell you this, your heroes are going to be critical of some things that you think, that you believe. They're not just going to green light everything. But this is how a lot of people view it. They say, oh, I would love to meet Jesus, for example, because he would surely just green light everything I already do. He would make me feel great. That's his job. That's what they say. He would confirm all of the stuff that I already believe in. Would he? Shoot, I don't know. So it seems unrealistic to me. It seems like a gamble at best, but just kind of delusional, really, because no one could do that. No one could possibly just always be non-critical. That's not even a trait of humans. It's not. People love to complain. They love to argue. They love to find fault in things. They love, because it's the process of learning and improving, right? Discovering failure and opportunities is part of improvement. You have to figure out what doesn't work before you can fix it. You have to understand it before you can improve upon it. So we have to be critical as humans, and every single one of us, celebrity, historical figure, everybody is critical of something at some point. But to think otherwise, to think that, oh, because a person is famous or historically popular, that they would only be supportive 100% of the time of everything you say. It's just, this is a product of not actually meeting the person, or perhaps they lived in the past and they died, and now you can only interpret what they said and speak for them somehow, but that's not them speaking. That's someone interpreting and speaking for them. And that's what we have, especially with, for example, Jesus. We have a lot of people speaking for Jesus in the Bible, being unable to clarify it, using the opportunity that he's not around to say, no, I didn't say that. At what point do you hear someone question the gospel and say, did he really say that? You never hear that, because Jesus isn't necessarily around, right, to contest something that you say, that he said. What a great opportunity, right? Just put words in dead people's mouths, right? This isn't a new idea, actually. Anyway, reach out if you like, with questions or comments to White Hot Robot. And if you ever do meet your heroes, if you ever meet someone that you're fond of, I encourage you to keep an open mind and some element of realism, because every one of us is human, and you're not supposed to agree. It's the differences that you got to sort out that make it worth your time, hopefully. Thank you.